Hi everyone, welcome back to Sapiens Forward, and we have another update from OpenAI for their 12 days of OpenAI. We have the day 5 reveal, which is integration with Apple Intelligence. Now, this wasn't really a huge surprise. We got a sense that this sort of thing was in the works for a little while now, so definitely not one of the bigger reveals that we've had lately, like the Pro plan or the release of Sora just the other day. But all the same, it is pretty interesting to see what they have in the works. And they gave a nice little demo here. You can find it on YouTube, them showing off the app a little bit on how Apple Intelligence can interact with ChatGPT. It's kind of your basic stuff there that you were kind of expecting after you've seen the rollout from Apple Intelligence. Primarily, it's going to be around how the app can integrate with the OS on your iPhone directly, or whether that's your Mac or your iPad. Being able to integrate with Siri is one of the key things. If you look at the Apple Intelligence rollout here, we can see that there's integration for AI types of capabilities with image generation, text manipulation, and potentially some stuff coming down the road with how you can actually interact directly with information that Apple does know about, like your calendar and stuff like that. The main thing is that ChatGPT is now going to have a direct integration into your Apple device so that Siri can leverage its capabilities for those types of activities. Now, I don't think this was really anything super groundbreaking. I think we knew this was kind of in the works, but my key takeaway is that Apple is definitely investing in developing AI, but they're looking to fast track how they're going to utilize some of these AI capabilities much more quickly by just directly integrating ChatGPT rather than wholly creating their own AI solution. I mean, I think anybody who's been utilizing the Apple ecosystem for any number of years knows that, wow, Siri used to be really cool years ago, back in the day. As of late, it's really been showing its age. I'm probably not the only one who gets frustrated. You try and use Siri on your iPhone and says, "Hey, I found something on the web for you." Like, great. I mean, that's really not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to answer a specific question. Well, now Apple Intelligence is going to have this direct connection to ChatGPT. So, in their own words, from the OpenAI team, if Siri determines that its query that it's received from you would be better answered by going to ChatGPT, it's going to recommend that, and it's going to put a prompt for you to go and take advantage of that and go directly to ChatGPT. You can even pull up the ChatGPT app on your phone, and it's going to demonstrate the prompt and the ultimately inferred response that it put together for you, so you can see that. I mean, I think that's great. I mean, it's going to add more value to what Siri can provide, and make it easier for somebody to leverage ChatGPT, which I think is really kind of the main thing here. But to get to that in a moment, so Apple is integrating rather than building directly, and so that's pretty important and very notable. We've seen other companies doing that recently. Microsoft really came storming out the gates, investing in OpenAI over the last several years, and setting up an integration directly into Copilot, which is leveraging these AI tools already created so that Copilot can really step up and be a solution that those in the Microsoft ecosystem can start leveraging generative AI. Though I feel like the reception of Copilot as of late is kind of lessened a little bit. Initially, it was looking pretty interesting and a lot of capabilities there, but just not really getting the same kind of fanfare that each advancement that ChatGPT itself gets. So several companies looking to make a lot of progress and capture market share and attention in the market by just integrating ChatGPT. I feel ultimately Apple has taken their time to roll out their Apple Intelligence solution, to develop the integration. That's the typical Apple way. Very strategic, taking their time to do it right. Do they always get everything perfect? No. But my intuition is it's ultimately going to pan out more reliably and more effectively for Apple's business goals than maybe Copilot is for Microsoft. That's entirely speculation. But there you go. That's what my thoughts are. But I think, actually one of the biggest things is the fact that Apple is integrating ChatGPT into Apple Intelligence on the iOS systems, on your Mac systems, on your iPads. It's this tagline right here: AI for the rest of us. I think that's really important to call out. I mean, it seems like just like a marketing term there, just to put that, but I think it's actually rather profound. I mean, if you think about it, most of the people out there who have at least heard about some of these AI systems, they're not necessarily downloading the latest app and all the different apps and tools that you can get, or checking out large language models locally on their system using, local llama or Olama or something like that, right? They don't even know what like Hugging Face is. What is that? Is it an emoji? Like, that's most people. The folks who are actively involved with trying out the latest and greatest and these frontier models and things like that, they're the minority. And what that means is everybody else out there who maybe just kind of following it on the news or just casually, they probably haven't tried it out yet. And to a large degree, those people are the folks that much of my energy that I'm putting into this channel is kind of directed towards, is those folks who would and could potentially benefit from AI, are only casually interested in it, but maybe don't have enough interest in it to actually just start trying out these tools, or maybe they're afraid to because they're skeptical, or they're worried, can you trust these apps? Is it capturing all my data? But a lot of people do have a lot of trust in Apple. Whether that's warranted or not, I mean, I don't want to get into that. I mean, Apple's another big company, but they do have a pretty strong emphasis on data privacy and the privacy and rights of their users and their products. So take that for what it's worth. AI for the rest of us, I think, is a pretty strong statement. And I think it's going to be, a profound impact to the trajectory of OpenAI for sure, but AI usage in general. There's now going to be an even larger audience of people who are just sitting on the fence or weren't even bothering to try this stuff, are now going to have access to it through their latest iPhone, with their Mac, with their iPads, and are going to be using ChatGPT and taking advantage of it. It's just going to be connected to an ecosystem and a set of tools that they're already familiar with, which is Siri and their iPhone. So I think that's a pretty big deal. This isn't today's reveal by OpenAI is not super groundbreaking, but I think it's kind of a stealth one. Like this is more impactful than we might think, and how it's all going to shape the trajectory of adoption for these type of tools and brand awareness for a company like OpenAI in general and the product ChatGPT. So interested to see what you guys think. If you're an Apple user, you got it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Anyway, we look forward to seeing what is going to be the next reveal for OpenAI this week. Thanks.